I wonder what they'll find a quarrel about this morning. Always at it, snapping and snarling like a pair of stray dogs. And the oddest part of it is that, like liver salts and water, they're pleasant enough, Master and Missus, taken by themselves, but put together, out they go, Miss.
The mistress not down yet, Jane?
Oh no, the mistress isn't down yet, sir.
I wonder what she'll find to quarrel about this morning for once. I am determined not to gratify her. Dear me, we're very late this morning. Bad habits this house is getting into. Jane, go and ask your mistress if she intends to take her breakfast in bed today. It really is too bad of her. I begin to feel quite faint with hunger. Ah, there you are, my dear.
Good morning, my dear. I wonder what you'll find to quarrel about this morning. Well, whatever it is, I'm determined not to take the least notice.
Jim, we're very late.
Well, it's no wonder, Jim, I'm kept awake into the small hours with a sound like a sawmill at work. Oh, I never would have married if I had known that it meant living next door to a carpenter's shop.
Ah, so you admit that you were late?
I admit nothing of the sort, my love. I think you will find that both the clock and yourself are a little too fast.
On the contrary, I've always found it keeps excellent time. It's its owner that has the problems.
Well, it's strange if it does, for I know what you gave for it. But then anything will do for the house. If it had been for your darling office now, it would have been a jewelled double-action chronometer.
Well, really, with the bill so heavy, someone has to be economical. You can't have dresses and furnishing, you know. This bit from Lewis and Allenby's for £50.
£50? A mere flea bite.
Ah, that's why it irritates me.
Some husbands would take a pride in seeing their wives decently dressed. But when a man loses half his income at cards, I've always heard that gambling at clubs was a dangerous game, especially for beginners.
Who told you I'd been playing?
My cousin Tom very promptly informed me of what was going on.
Oh, sneaking, tattling hound. Won't have him round the place.
Mr. Angleberry, insult me, kick me, treat me as a slave, but spare my relations.
Oh, bother your relations.
You didn't say that when dear Mamma lent you £2,000 to assist you in your business. Never once, Richard, never once in any of my letters have I exposed you. Oh, dear Mamma thinks we're so happy together.
And so we might be if it wasn't for your confounded temper and extravagances and...
That's right, insult me. You say nothing about your own extravagances. Poor dear Mamma was right.
Oh, your Mamma.
Ah, and this is a gentleman. Why, if she only knew you as I do, she would do as she say and leave all her money to the home for superannuated parents.
It's precious lucky that she hasn't paid us that visit she's been threatening for so long. For what with your continual nagging about one thing or another, I feel rendered quite unfit for business. I shall be forced to go away by myself for a week.
I know what that means. A pleasure trip to Paris. Well, let me tell you, Mr. Angleberry, that if you go to Paris, I go too this time. I'm not having you dancing down the boulevards, dining at Bignon's and flaunting at Mabille on your own account. If you go to Paris, I shall accompany you personally, Mr. Angleberry, personally.
Well, it won't be a pleasure trip then, at all events.
Anyway, you go without your wife. That's your idea of a pleasure trip. Oh, this tea is as cold as ice.
This egg's as hard as a bullet.
Certainly.
This sort of thing is playing the very devil with my digestion, Jane.
Yes, sir.
You see this?
Yes, sir.
Take it to the man who's repairing my boots and tell him to use it for the soles. Tough enough to last me a lifetime.
Jane, do nothing of the sort. In fact, Jane, leave the room.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I never.
I wonder, Mr. Angleberry, that you should so lower yourself by exposing your temper in front of the servants. Jane is quite forward enough as it is.
Well, she'll be off soon enough, so it really doesn't matter. That's the way with you. As soon as you get a good servant, you've got to get rid of her.
I'm sure you think so. As long as a girl is good looking and has a lovely figure, that That's quite enough for you.
Good gracious, Lucy. Are you such a fool? As if I ever looked at her face or her figure either, for that matter. You are too ridiculous.
I am I?
The truth is, it's your confounded tongue and your temper they can't put up with.
Oh, how I detest you!
Yes. If she were to find out how we live, she's likely to want her money back. I should take Lucy's part.
Mr. Ranberry, if you can't be courteous to me, I trust that you have enough decency to keep up appearances before my mother.
Well, I dare say, though it will be difficult, if you could keep that tongue of yours still for a while, it might be better for all concerned.
Well, my dear, and how are you after all this time? And you, sir, hope I see you well.
Very well, thank you, Mrs. Boucher.
I'm afraid you have to speak a little louder, sir. I'm just a trifle deaf.
Very well, thank you, Mrs. Boucher.
Just take that one. There's no need. No. Oh, there's no need. I'll put up a bit. Can you just hang on a second? I'll get rid of it. There is no occasion for you to shout, sir.
Sit down, Mamma. Richard, dear, will you get Mamma a chair?
Oh, certainly, my love. I do hope you'll be with us for a good long time, Mrs. Boucher. Wonder when we'll be rid of her.
Well, do you know, it's the very first time I was ever in London. Such a wonderful place. I suppose you're sightseeing all day.
Sightseeing, Mamma?
Yes, the tower, for instance.
Oh, we were never inside it in our lives.
Nor up the monument.
No.
Not a Madame... What's her name? Sounds like a sneeze.
Madame Tussaud. No, we were never there either.
Well, that's a wonderful thing, really. For I intend to see all the
we're very, very comfortable, thank you, Mrs. Batch. Ah, keep your fingers to yourself.
Well, speak up when you're spoken to. If you don't look affectionate, I shall rub a pin into you.
Do you know, Mr. Randlebury, many's the time I thought of asking you for that little bit of money you borrowed from me.
Oh, pray don't mention it, Mrs. Boucher.
There, I said to myself, as long as he makes her happy, that's the great thing, after all.
Oh, yes, Mamma. Come and sit down, can't you?
That's how I like to see you. Bill and cool, my dears, Bill and cool.
I've quite forgotten how to coo.
No, but you can build to your heart's content.
When I was a young girl, we didn't sit quite so far apart.
Put your arm around my waist. It's only for a time, you know.
Ah!
What's the matter?
Confound it, is that where you keep your pins? Lean your head on my shoulder.
Oh, that's very pretty, my dear, very pretty.
How fearfully you do smell of tobacco.
Take her hand, sir, take her hand.
You have catch hold.
It's as bad as sitting for one's photograph.
There, that's enough.
And, my dear, have you forgotten all your pretty songs?
Oh, there's no one cares about my singing now, Mamma.
But what about that lovely song you used to sing together when you were courting?
Look at this one, Mamma. Come on, Richard, let's get it over with.
And you must have been so lonely here by yourself.
Oh, I fancy I hear Mamma coming. Hadn't we better...
We're quite out of practice with this sort of thing.
Suppose we rehearse.
Oh. Jane, leave the room.
Yes, Jane. Leave the room at once. Well, I never. Would you like a rose, Richard?
Oh, if you pick it for me.
With pleasure.
Mind the thorns, though.
Well, my girl, and how do you like your place?
Well, I like it well enough, Mum. I'm thinking of leaving next month.
What on earth for? Not your master or mistress, surely.
Master, he's all right enough. And mistress, she's all right enough. When they're by themselves.
They don't quarrel, do they?
Quarrel? Why, they don't do nothing else. I've never known a day go without words passing between them. Got so bad, cook had to leave. It was like living in a bad piano being in such an house. First one begins, then the other begins, and off they goes, hammering away till death and do part.
Well, that's the strangest thing. They seemed so happy when I saw them.
Oh, so they do, Mum. In front of strangers. But as soon as your back's to it, they'll be happy again, as fair as ever.
Well, that's so strange. They seemed so happy together when I saw them. What is that? Right. Well, you can go, girl. I see it all now. He is a brute and she has kept him from me. Well, I suppose it was to save him. But she shall not make a martyr of herself. She shall not stay with him a day longer, not a day longer. Well,
Really, Richard. I seldom see you so handsome. And then how very seen with a smile upon your face.
And your little mouth is so much prettier when it makes pretty speeches.
I can't quite hear what they're saying. She seems to be imploring him for mercy.
Oh, poor Alfred, poor your impertinence. I'll throw
Oh, I warn you, I shall be forced to defend myself.
No! Not violence, not while I am here to defend her.
No, Mamma, whatever do you mean?
No, my child. I know, oh, God.
Assaults.
Not assaults, bullying, snubs, ill-treatment of all sorts a wife may put up with, but not personal violence.
Mamma, don't be silly. Richard and I were...
No, my darling, I've heard all before. No, I haven't, but
Useless to try.
useless to try and defend him. Back, Ruby, and back.
My business is dodger.
Down, tyrant of the domestic hearth.
Down where we haven't got a set-up.
Oh, please, Sid. The fact is that we have both been very silly children and have come